They replaced DEI with black fatigue. And you guys are using that because you're tired of being held accountable for things that you should be held accountable for.
You have black fatigue. We do too.
Everyone is talking about black fatigue. What is black fatigue? They say they are tired of black people behavior, black people shouting and making noise, their raggedy lifestyle. They are tired. Okay? And the thing is that it's not just white people that are complaining that they're having black fatigue. Even black people, even the black community, they're coming to agree with the white people that yes, we are also having black fatigue because you all need to take a chill pill.
Black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victim.
Hey beautiful people, how are you doing today? Chogamara David, and thank you so much for tuning in another interesting video. You guys, what is your take on this black fatigue? Do you think that everybody is having black fatigue, is tired of black people making noise, holding white people accountable, and calling them the higher word when it's necessary? Or do you think this is just a means for white people to come and tell black people to stop calling them the higher word and let them just be able to do whatever they want to do? They are tired of you. I just feel like white people are just trying to tell black people that we're tired of you calling us out and holding us accountable. Can you all just take a chill pill and let go the history or whatever is going on? Anyways, I have a few reactions on this video. Let's go ahead and watch what other people are saying about this black fatigue discussion. Then at the end of the video, we'll come back and discuss.
Just now to see that the word black fatigue is trending amongst a lot of different people. And before I made this video, I scrolled on it and I said, let me see what people are talking about.
Because black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior, entitlement, the victimhood, hoodrattery, animalistic. This is why people have black fatigue. I'm sick and tired of opening up TikTok and seeing brawls on cruise ships, brawls in the airport, like literally the most ghetto behavior. We're tired.
A white woman was talking about Shiloh Hendricks, the lady that called the 5-year-old the N-word, and she said, that shouldn't have happened, but people have black fatigue. People are tired of ghetto-ness, loudness. People are just tired of black people. So we all have fatigue. And it got me thinking, I've heard the phrase black fatigue before. And I know in my heart of hearts that that relates to the fatigue that black people experience existing in this country and around the world, dealing with racism and prejudices that have been put on us due to the history of violence, Jim Crow, segregation. So how are white people appropriating black fatigue? They replaced DEI with black fatigue. And you guys are using that because you're tired of being held accountable for things that you should be held accountable for in this country, and you want to be openly racist to us. This entire discourse is rooted in racism. You want to be able to say you're tired of black people for having a voice. You're tired of us for existing in spaces we exist in. You're tired of us for not all being poor. You're tired of the fact that some of us are doing better than you, but when we live in a country that is based on racism and systematic racism that still exists today, you can't be mad that we're calling you out for it. What are you talking about? America is a country that suffers from delusion, lack of education, and basically exists in a consistent state of dementia, because the cognitive dissonance that many white people have that exist in this country it alarms me. The fact that this country was founded and predicated on owning bodies and killing off natives. That is the foundation story of this country. Yes, we became one of the most successful countries in the world, but that is the heart and soul of this country. It is rooted in racism. The Declaration of Independence was rooted in racism. The Constitution was written with racism. So the fact that you think you can exist, and we're only out of segregation for how many years now? Not even a generation, not even 2 generations out of segregation. The fact that you think you can exist without racism internally inside of you is crazy. It's crazy. We're all racist. Everybody that exists out of a racist system is racist, especially if you are the one that benefited from said racism. You have to do a lot of unlearning, unpacking, and re-educating yourself onto what racism means, because you guys hear the word racism, you're like, I'm not racist, I have black friends. It doesn't mean you're going out with crosses on fire. There are levels to the internalized racism, the internalized biases versus violent, aggressive racism. But racism is the foundation of America. So the fact that you don't want to hear about it is not my problem. The funniest thing about white people in this country is that the lack of education that they have on their own history and how they've been all sold a lie and socialized to believe that they're here and we're violent and they're not is crazy. You ever seen a redneck? You ever been to a trailer park? You ever seen a meth addict in New Mexico? That all of the people on welfare in this country are white. 96% of them are white. But meanwhile, black people are poor, uneducated, animalistic, violent. All the list goes on. Your ancestors literally killed off millions of people who are on this land, stole it, raped, robbed, killed them, stole us, raped, robbed, killed us, procreated with us, and made us procreate with each other and our families. Yeah, the list goes on. The only people who are sick with animalistic practices are you and your ancestors. Upon further review, after seeing 5 or 6 black people make this black fatigue video, it got me thinking into the respectability politics of this type of video they're making, because not only are they generalizing the actions of all black people and lumping us into one group, you are policing the actions of people per the standardized or acceptable behavior that white people are saying that we should have. Interesting. What you're doing by making these videos is you're allowing white people to not take accountability and not hold themselves to a standard that they can just be racist and prejudiced towards us and say that their behaviors are acceptable and their way of life and living is acceptable in this country, but ours isn't. It's really befuddling me that you as a black person can go online with your chest and say you have black fatigue because everybody's ghetto, or you have black fatigue because everybody's loud. That's not the case. And even if you are, quote unquote, this highly educated, highly classy black person, you're still loud. You still have an auntie who looks like the person you're talking about. You still have cousins who are the people you're talking about. So why make this video? I will never understand black people that pander to white people. I will never. There's nothing in my being that would ever allow me to have an internal conversation externally on this app, so white people feel comfortable saying how they feel about us in the open and make it a whole thing. Imagine you are allowing white persons to say they have black fatigue. They're tired of black people being victims. They're tired of black people saying racism. They're tired of black people existing. Every day on this app is something new. Y'all gotta do better. Do better.
Because black fatigue is real. I think society as a whole is there. We are just so unbelievably fed up with the ghetto ratchet behavior.
I went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to post this video, but I think that it's important. There's nothing more exhausting than being black in America. On Wednesday, May 7th, my daughter and her high school track team went to a city here in Wisconsin called Racine. They attended a track meet at Waterford Union City High School. Upon arrival at that track meet, people began taunting them, calling them gangsters and thugs, and calling them the N-word with the hard R. This continued throughout the time that the team remained at the track meet, with not only just student athletes from Waterford Union High School, but parents and coaches as well, making monkey noises, taunting them, calling them gangsters and the N-word. You think you have black fatigue? We do too. Imagine us still getting called the same insults that your ancestors hurled at ours in 2025. We don't blame you for our problems. We blame you for the continuance of systemic racism. Yeah. It's shown through your children. It's shown through your actions, and you just showed it through your page. And this person is an educator. Again, this is what I'm talking about. If you want to help the students at Rufus King High School who were victims of this racist attack, please go to my link tree. There is an email that you can send to Waterford Union High School demanding accountability and transparency and a plan moving forward to address the racism that exists in their school district. Okay? Bye.
My mutual Marie made a video talking about black fatigue, and I wanted to piggyback off what she was saying. Because it's wild to me how non-black people swear up and down they're just so tired of black people. Tired of hearing about racism and anti-blackness. Tired of being called out. Tired of black voices, black issues, black content, yada yada yada, just so fucking tired. But somehow y'all are never too fucking tired or fatigued to steal from them. And you weren't even too fatigued to steal the term black fatigue. It was a term literally created by a black woman for black people to describe the toll of surviving anti-blackness. But somehow y'all manage to rebrand it to talk about your little burnout on TikTok. If I'm really tired of someone, I don't want from them. I'm not copying how they talk, how they dress, how they act, what they create. But y'all make blackness your fucking personality while having the audacity to say you are tired and fatigued. You are not tired. You are obsessed. And you're not victims of black fatigue. You're the reasons why it exists.
Black fatigue is trending, and it is because of people like this. I'll say it again. You want to be us. Your music and culture sucks. So you take ours and insert yourselves in it and claim it. Justify using the lingo. So this is all because I made a video that said I am one of those Hispanics that uses the N-word amongst my friends because I grew up in Miami, and in Miami it is a cultural norm to say it. Of course, him and many others got hyper offended and started saying shit like this, that we are stealing their culture, and all types of ignorant shit. Culture is not stolen. Culture is something that evolves over time. Culture is something that changes, intertwines with others, and becomes its own culture. Which is something I was trying to explain to this person, but they could just not get it in their heads. Everything's, I'm a victim, you stole it from me, it's mine, mine, mine. When meanwhile, the word that you're trying to gatekeep, right, the N-word, is not your word. It's a word, it's an English word that you have made your own word, but it's not no African word. Cultures always work like this, okay? I'm Cuban. Us Cubans have the same culture regardless of our skin tone. Culture is not exclusive to skin tone. I'm Cuban, right? We practice Santeria, we dance rumba, we worship the Yorubas, all African traditions that have evolved over time to become its own culture. Cuban Santeria. And it doesn't matter what color we are. Blonde, blue eyes, black, we all practice it. It's a culture thing. It's not a race thing. In Miami, eventually, because it's such a melting pot and we all live amongst each other, of course we got that from the black community. And then it just stuck. People just say it, and they mean no disrespect. One thing people don't understand, right? You don't have the right to not be offended. That's not a right that's given to you, okay? You being offended is under your control. You choose to become offended to about something. And if you know that someone is not trying to offend you when they say, "What's up, mate?" Okay, you know they're not trying to offend you. You know it's a form of endearment, but you choose to get offended because you believe that word belongs to you and they're not allowed to say it. And you're choosing to get angry. Check yourself, because you know they're not trying to offend you. You know that. I think I have so much respect for the black folks that are intelligent enough, self-aware enough to be like, yeah, I need to call out some things in my own community. Same way I need to call out certain things in the Cuban community. Okay, Cubans have a whole mess of issues. Okay, they do too much fraud because that's what they were used to survive in our country. Like, we had to steal, lie to get by, to survive a ruthless regime, whatever. But they do a whole mess of stuff. They're rude sometimes. They're loud. Like, I have to call out my people on many things. The same way you need to call out yours. Just because you're black doesn't mean you can't do no wrong. Just because you're black doesn't mean you can not be racist towards another person. This whole, oh no, black folks can't be racist towards white folks because it's a systemic thing, and oh, I'm so smart, they told me this in school. Shut up. No. There are plenty of black Americans, black folks in power positions today in America. So yes, you can most definitely be racist towards white people. And guess what? You are racist towards white people. And guess what? White people are tired of it. Makes no sense for you guys to want white people to hate themselves for what their ancestors did. Ding dong, makes no sense. Why don't you hate your ancestors for selling you to the white man? I don't get that. Why is it the selective outrage? Everything is like, it's mine, they stole it, I'm a victim. I'm like, no, you're using my hair, you're wearing my braids. Shut the f up. I'm sorry, but it's giving get a job.
Well, here's my honest opinion about black fatigue. Black fatigue actually exists. However, black fatigue does not exist in a way that a lot of non-black people think. It has nothing to do with race and everything to do with culture. It is the culture, the society, and the environment you are raised in. It has nothing to do with race, and it never was about race, because if it was about race, then every black person would be acting like that. Black fatigue is a poison well that is consumed by certain locations and environment. Another majorly important factor is accountability. If black people in general don't hold each other and others accountable for our and their actions, there will be no change within our communities. The destruction of property and violence, the need to be extremely loud and ratchet for no reason. I've seen some of these videos from non-white people talking about the black fatigue, and they do have a point. For the black people who is watching this, believe me, I did not want to hear any of this black people. However, some of them, not all of them, because some of them were just straight up racist, but some of them had some solid points. When it comes to gentrification, credit score, stimulus check, lack of funding for black public schools and neighborhoods, government, the CIA, United Healthcare, all of this was targeted towards the black community so we can end up how we are today. At this moment in 2025, the CIA and the government, they're running on autopilot because we're doing the work for them. They have done enough damage towards the black community that they can sit back, crack open a here and watch us tear each other apart. The United States' greatest weapon they have on the black community is the black community not holding each other accountable for our actions. Truthfully, we need to start doing that more. We need to follow in our ancestors' footsteps, because what they had back then, they had it right. Not everything has to change and not everything has to be progressive. There are some things that they done in the past was better as it was, and that's completely fine. I am not saying we should just roll over and let them do what they want to do. Instead of only striving for black excellence, we should also strive for black power. Allow the ratchet, the ghetto, the ignorant and uneducated, I have mutual love for them because they are my brothers and sisters. Even then, most of the time, I do not associate with them. But it's because of people like this that exist in our community that gets the spotlight and paints the picture of what black people seem like. They get all the attention. They always end up on the news. Why? It's because they cause a distraction. They cause a problem for other people. And you know who are the first ones to put us on the internet? You guessed it. The media. Hell, even our own people do it as well, for clout, for fame, for money. They sell out our own people, make us look bad just to fill up their pockets. And that is another problem to address in our community. Stop labeling us and stop painting us negatively just to make yourself look better or richer. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, when people like this in our community gets the spotlight, many people automatically assume that we are a monolith and we act like them. It's either you are ghetto, loud, and trashy, or you are whitewashed. They never look in between the lines and understand that black people are completely far from a monolith and we can be absolutely anything we want. Every non-black person, and yes, that includes every person of color, they always go out of their way to tell us that they are not a monolith, that they are all different. We are too. But while we have our own issues, it's important to teach history, but it's also important that we do what we can to change what is happening now. That is all I have to say on the matter. This is Onyx, and I'll see you guys next time.
Well, let's talk. This is the first time I'm hearing this phrase on TikTok, but I could use context clues and understand what it is. So, funny story, I'm scrolling on TikTok, minding my own business, just getting lost in the videos, and a white woman pops up in my algorithm and it's titled Black Fatigue, and I'm like, this should be interesting. Now, this is a creator that I've really grown to respect their videos. Basically, in her video, she's calling out the black community for different ignorant things that we do. And it's not just her. I've seen a lot of white people on this app kind of come out. It's almost like, raise your hand if you've been personally victimized by Regina George type of videos. And that's what they're doing toward black people. Here's the thing. The videos that I've personally seen is not racism. It's accountability. It's one of those to where they are tired. They are fed up to where they have opened their camera and they start confessing the things that agitate them about the black community. And because we have gotten to that point, you know who I blame? The black community. I mean, for one, the actions that they are mentioning is clearly from the Black community. Black people in the comment sections are just like, this is racism, this is this, and this is this. I blame y'all. This is what happens when the Black community cry wolf or cry racism in instances that's not racism, to where now we have a hard time knowing the difference between what is actually racism and what is actually accountability. We've allowed this to happen because we do not like being held accountable for some of the ignorance, some of the degeneracy, some of the just plain right foolishness that comes out of our community. We refuse to address it. And when we have people who address it, they are called coons. They are called like judgmental. And so now you have white people entering the chat and said, you know what? We're tired of it. We're tired of being called racist for holding y'all accountable to the ignorant things that's happening.
White people are tired of being called racist. It is exhausting. The white people are tired of racism, period. They don't care anymore. They are done. They have been told that they are racist so many times that some of them have become exactly what you accuse them of being. That is what happens when you continue to poke people when they are just trying to live their life just like you. People don't choose their skin color or racial identity before they are born. They should be judged based on their current action and not what their ancestors did. It is just not the white man that is tired. Africans are tired. Latinos are tired. Native Americans are tired. Half blacks are tired. Even black people are tired. Everybody is tired of the ghetto, loud, ratchet, and mean black Americans. We are all tired.
Black fatigue is a term that non-black people are using to express the fact that they are sick and tired of being held accountable for saying and doing whatever the hell they want to black people. They're sick and tired of black people bucking up at the system, bucking up at people, telling people, hey, you shouldn't be saying that to us. Hey, you cannot do this to us. Hey, we will not let you disrespect us. Hey, we will not let you say whatever you want and do what you want to us. People are sick and tired of being told no. That is what black fatigue is. You guys are being told no and you don't like it, especially white people. Y'all not used to black people telling you no. You don't like that. So whenever you see these white folks talk about some black fatigue, they can paint it however they want to. They can sit here and say, oh, we're just sick and tired of you guys complaining all the time. No, you guys are sick and tired of being held accountable. Yeah. That's what it is. Own that.
And to the black folks that agree with those white folks, when it happens to your children, I don't want to hear nothing. And I mean nothing.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people, and black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning, and then you see the bonnet crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended, and that's anywhere you go. No matter what, they're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing. You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to buy up this, buy up that. I'm going to support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got to fuck up out of there because they don't know how to appreciate good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are tired. They're tired of dealing with these kind of people on a daily basis. I mean, I get anxiety when I walk inside of a mall nowadays. I mean, because you got these YNs running around and they don't respect nothing. So I don't care what anybody says. White America is tired of you, and we are too.
So there's this term that's going around called black fatigue. And what black fatigue is, you are tired of certain black behaviors in the black community that needs to be addressed. It is literally making you tired at this point. When it comes to black on black crime, upholding things that are not right in the black community, like baby mama culture and the rap culture that we have now, gang violence, all of these things that are horrible for the black community. My main one is thinking that you are oppressed in America when a lot of black people have so many opportunities in America that it doesn't make any sense. There are black doctors, black lawyers, black content creators, black entrepreneurs, and honestly, it is ridiculous how much black people have an advantage in America. Literally at this moment in 2025. There are black celebrities that are going on the red carpet at the Met Gala and all these things and telling you that you're oppressed while they sit and have neighbors, white neighbors, in their $1 million mansions. It's tiring. It's absolutely tiring to have to go on a platform and tell you you're not oppressed. Get a job, get a life, get all the things that you need to get together. You're not oppressed. You have the opportunity to get your life together, especially right now in 2025. No, I do not think you don't have any opportunities based on your race, because at this point, you're just lazy. You just don't want to get things done. You can. You have that opportunity to get things done that you need to get done. A lot of black people are tired of it, and a lot of white people are tired of it. Black fatigue.
Why are black people agreeing with this black fatigue? You're tired that black people are holding these people accountable for the way they treat you, for the way they call you. Don't you see, or having you experienced racism before, and you're angry at the way they talk back at them or hold their ground and, call them out for whoever they are? I don't get it why black people are saying they're also having black fatigue, like black people should not be behaving like ghetto. What do you mean black people shouldn't be behaving like ghetto? I get it. Not everybody is racist, or not every behavior is actually racism. Because I've personally seen some videos that have trended on TikTok whereby they're calling out some kind of certain behavior from a white man or a white woman or white girl, and they're like, look at what she did, she's a racist, da 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 da. And when you look at the video very well, you'll see that they were the one actually looking for trouble, right? And some of them are doing this type of videos and doing things like this for clout. They just want to make their videos to go viral. But that aside, even after you've seen false alarm and all of that, we've seen real ones, right? You might even experience real racism. So you're saying that when it's happening to you, you should just keep quiet and nod your head. Or I really don't get it. If you as a white person, you're using the N word, it's very wrong. Like, it shouldn't be using the N word. There's nothing like, oh, I was in the community, that's how we talk in the hood. No, you shouldn't be using the N word. There's nothing like, oh, let culture evolve. What is going on? Like, you shouldn't be using the N word. You shouldn't be using the N word. That's very triggering. And when somebody gets angry for you using the N word on them, you are saying that you chose to be angry. You just. I personally agree with the first creator talking about the whole system was rooted by racism, and the way some people actually see black people, they see them that they are all the way down there, and if you're not a white person, you have to be all the way up here, okay? And they kind of see that it's only black people that can be ghetto, it's only black people that are ras, that are poor, that are this. White people, they are put together, they are this, like that. Just like one of the creators saying, oh, you're shopping and black people just came in with their bonnets and they are all shouting and all of that. What's that? And the way it's sounding is like the way of life of black people is not acceptable, is very less bougie, is too ras. So the only way that of life that is acceptable is you behaving like a white person, you having that, clean aesthetics or whatever they call it, you having that soft life or something. That's the only way that's the only lifestyle that is acceptable. So if you're a black person and you're just, being who you are, you're doing too much. If you're a black person and you probably put on a lot of jewelry, you're everywhere, like you just want to get noticed, you're doing too much. Oh, that's black fatigue. You guys, what is your take on this black fatigue conversation that we're having in today's video? I'd like to know your thought down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, it's your girl Mara David, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.